Our plans, again, are to do a micro distillery and a co-located small restaurant and a tasting room. For anybody that's been in a tasting room in a winery or distillery, it's kind of a retail environment where people can taste small samples of whatever our products are that we produce, 1/3 ounce samples, 3 1/3 ounces per day, and then hopefully we entice them to buy our products, which we branded under Dark Island Spirits. We'll also have branded shirts, glasses, a variety of other things, as well as a year from now, hopefully a nice co-located restaurant where people can come in and along those lines, we're also going to attempt to either transfer or obtain our own on-premise liquor license, but not to operate as a bar. We won't have a bar. We'll have table service only. So if someone wants to come in and at our restaurant and have hopefully something that we produce as alcoholic beverage with their meal, we expect to do that as well. So that's the plan. Will be micro distillery, tasting room to sell branded products and alcohol that we make, as well as a co-located restaurant. We anticipate building an additional, right now we'll start a 1,200 square foot additional facility on the left of the Muskie Lounge in what is the empty lot. We have quick little drawings here from the CARES. This is just kind of a rough sketch from anyone that hasn't seen anything. This is kind of what it's going to look like when it's done, we hope. And the center location, which is viewed in there, that will be a deck where we'll probably have tables and umbrellas. So that's the only negative thing we've encountered so far, if one could say it's negative, is we were contacted by the ABC the other day saying that the church, the Thousand Islands, the Reformed Church of the Thousand Islands, had filed a formal complaint against any operations that we do there. And we advised them that the state of New York, that we had thought that had been resolved in the past. They told us they had no record of that, and we said, look again. And the next day they came back and said they did see where that previously had been a complaint about proximity to the church, and that had been resolved, so we are not, in theory, in any failure for that New York State alcohol law. So it looks like we should have no problem getting all of our necessary permits. So if anybody has any questions,
You're still right on that property. Is it the distillery?
That's right. In the facility that would be on the left, that would be the larger, the 32-foot wide building. We have 2 stills en route from Germany right now. It's a kit, 2 90-gallon stills. They're about this big around and about 10 feet tall. I should have brought pictures of them. I will say one other thing. What we told the zoning board, not that this is a requirement, we also said we were not going to mash in the city. And what that means is, if anybody's ever been into a brew pub, for example, sometimes there is an odor of oatmeal, and the oatmeal is the process. That's a smell that comes from the grinding of the flour and mixing it with water. And there's a 90-minute process where you heat that and boil it to release the sugars. That can give off a smell of oatmeal. What we have said is we will do that on our farm in Hammond, and we will bring what we call the wash into our distillery, where we'll have our fermentation tanks. So inside our distillery, and quite frankly out, it will be more like a laboratory. It won't be opened up to have any kind of flour dust in the air, or some of those. You see that sometimes in a brew pub. Sometimes it's in the back room, but quite frankly, in the village, that back room is someone's front yard, so we don't want to do that, you know. But the distilling process itself, it's just a boiling process, but actually it's less than boiling. It's cooking. Alcohol boils at about 170 to 175 degrees, so you're heating your wash. Could be, for example, wine. Wine, you can distill wine down, and you're boiling it to about 175 degrees, and the vapors that come off will be brandy. So it's actually just you're cooking, essentially. Pretty clean operation. You don't want to infiltrate any bacteria or molds or yeast or anything in it, because you don't want to change the flavor profile. So it'll be quite like a laboratory. We will actually do tours through the distillery at certain times. You won't want people walking in it all the time, though, because we have work to do. You know, but we'll set it up so people can. But we are positioning the building and making it in a manner that by walking on the deck out front, you can look right in, you can watch what's going on. And we'll probably have it screened, a door, so you can talk through it. So whoever's working in the distillery, people can ask questions. It should be pretty cool. You know, I don't know if it'll make any money, but it should be.
else have any questions?